Hello there, in this video we're going to start building out our donut chart for our dashboard, so let's go. Okay, welcome back to the video. So just before we continue, I just wanted to mention something about the line chart. So on the chart lines that we have here, I did need to make a change because both of the chart lines ended up being blue. So the key thing that I needed to do on the chart lines was to, first of all, right click on each of them and outline stroke, which is here. And then you can go ahead and flatten, and then that seems to retain the different colors, and then we don't end up with two chart lines in the same color. Okay, so in this video, let's go up to the wireframes and let's grab what we're going to work on. So we're going to be working on, it's going to be the donut chart. So let me just go up here. Let's just unlock this. So we want this one. Let's go back down. Let's go to components. Let's go down here. Let's paste that in. So this is going to be traffic by source. Let's go ahead and let's draw out a frame. Okay, now let's go ahead, let's steal this one, the line chart. Let's detach it so we can break it. And let's first of all, let's just take the header, so drag that down, and yeah, we'll delete that for now. Alright, so first of all, let's go ahead and for now, let's just remove the legend. So this is going to be traffic by source. Okay, so that title is updated. Now we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. So we're going to need 5 elements. Okay, what I'm just going to do is let me just make this frame a slightly different color just so things will stand out on it. Okay, so selected the ellipse. Let's draw out an ellipse holding shift, click and drag. So we'll do about 204 to begin with. Okay, so let's do this in stages so we can see the progression. Okay, I think what we need to do is, so if you hover over the ellipse you get this dot, and if you hover over the dot you get arc. So let's just click and drag, bring that round to about halfway. Okay, so now we've done that, we go to the center dot, which is ratio, and we want to bring that out, and we're going to do that to 50%, and actually it's here in the side panel, so let's just type 50. So we've got the starting point, got the ratio, and we've got the sweep. So I can bring the sweep round, let's bring it round to about 25, Command D. So what I'm going to do is grab one of the handles on the outer edge and just click and drag and move that round. Okay, so we'll do this one to 25, let's Command D, that's another 25, Command D again, that's 25. So what we've got now is we've got 4 sections. Let me just change the colors so we can actually see what's going on. Okay, now we need one of these sections. Let's split one of these sections in half. So let's half that, so 12.5. Let me duplicate that again, and then let's move it. Okay, there we go. And let me just adjust the color. So we have our 5 segments for traffic by source. Let's go ahead and let's just take a copy of those. Let's bring that along. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just click on each segment and I'm going to flatten it. I think the shortcut is Command E, so just go around Command E. Okay, so that's done. Just going to Command G and group those for the moment, and let's just rename that to segments. Okay, again, let's do this iteratively. So we've copied out that one. Just slowly move this along as I do it. Move that along. Get a bit more space. So next we're going to need a legend for this chart. Now I don't really want to keep remaking legends for different charts. So let's go up here and let's potentially put the legend in. Let's put the legend in its own little container. So let me just set up a container here quickly. Okay, so we've got the chart legend and I've just put it in its own section here. So let's go ahead, let's duplicate out what we have currently and let's detach it. I'm going to rename this to horizontal and this one can be vertical. Okay, let's change the auto layout. And for this example, I am going to need a few more. So let's do, okay, that's 5, that's good. Let's Command Option K. Okay, let's shift click on both of these, combine them as variants. Let's rename this to chart legend. Okay, we can set that property to type. Actually, we'll change this from type and we'll put orientation. Okay, that's good. Let's just Shift A. Let's just add the auto layout to this component. Okay, great. So let's take a copy of the vertical chart legend. Let's place it next to here and let's start adding our options. So let me just pull this in a bit because I can't actually see it. So we've got organic. Okay, let's just update these placeholders. Okay, so we've updated those labels. Again, it's pretty rough, but we've got all the elements here. So let's go ahead and let's start adding some color. So currently we're just neutral. Let's do primary. Let's start at 50 and then we'll scale out from there. All right, let's apply these to the segments. So I can select the segment, hold shift, click, and it'll apply the color. Okay, so that's the color applied. Now really what we need to do is we need to put this in a container. Okay, so to start with, let's grab these two elements, let's shift A. Let's create a container for these two. Okay, so that's that. Let's do 16 between for the moment. And let's zero out the other variables. Okay, let me just draw out a frame quickly. Okay, that should be fine. Neutral, 0. Okay, corner radius was 8. So that's what I wanted to know. Okay, let's start putting these elements inside of this container. Let me just shift A on this. Okay, let me just paste that in. Okay, we're going to set the title to fill. Going to have to amend the padding. Let me just see what I did on this one. Okay, that's fine. So 8 all round. Okay, just going to pull out the height a little bit more. Okay, I'm just going to rename this to content. I'm just going to shift A again on it and do this as the container. And I'm going to set that to fill and center. Just check so the content's in there. That container is centered. Just quickly apply some variables. Okay, let me just rename this to donut. Okay, I might center the content as well, so it pushes that into the middle. Okay, that might look a bit better. I mean, we could center the title as well, but I might just keep it left aligned for the moment. Okay, let me just check if we're using all the right colors. Yeah, there's nothing in there that shouldn't be. Okay, let me just take a copy of the grid. Let me just grab a copy of this. And let's just pop it in. And let's just align that to the grid. Okay, let's shift G. There we go. Almost forgot that shortcut, but we're using it enough. Okay, so traffic by source is in. I think that looks good. So ideally, where possible, I want to keep this color usage fairly minimal, so it seems more controlled and there's not like multiple colors in your face on the dashboard. So yeah, the chart's in. I think it looks good. Okay, one thing I'd probably want to signify here is the percentage that each of these uses, because visually you're kind of making people guess. So if we just put the percentages next to the label as well, I think that would be great. So this is why it's good to keep all of the different things when you're creating a component so you can go back. So on this one, I can't actually see the percentages. I could probably guess, but I can't see them because they don't show in the panel. If I go back a level, it does show me them. So I can see that this is 25%, 25%, 12.5%, 12.5%, and 25%. Okay, so let's go through and apply those. Okay, those are in. So let's go ahead and let's just tidy things up a little bit. Let me just drag that outside. Let's just pull this down. Okay, first of all, let's Command Option K. Let's create this as a component. Let me just drag it down a little bit and let me just take a copy of this for now. Let me just delete that and let's place that up here. Okay, let's just make a few updates to this. So let's steal this. Don't actually think there's a huge amount for us to do here. I suppose from a component perspective, you could potentially save the segments here and then you could adjust them. For now, I'm not going to go crazy and build out different segments as part of the component, but potentially you could do that. You could build a component where you can still customize the different segments. For now, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep our donut chart simple, but potentially an idea. Okay, so donut chart. Not going to bin any of these. I might as well just put that inside there. I'm actually going to move that to our playground area. Great, so that tidies that up. Let's bring these, well, let me just delete those. Let's just bring this down, bring it to there, and let's just take an instance and let's just place it on each of these mock-ups. So Shift G, pop it here. Okay, I think that looks good. That seems to snap well. Okay, option click and drag. Okay, let's just Shift G and take a look. Let's Command / get rid of the menus for a minute. So yeah, progressing well. We've got traffic by source in. That's our donut chart, and I think it's looking good. Works well on both layouts. Got a bit more space on the second one because the navigation has collapsed. We've got everything documented on the left hand side as well for the donut chart. So let's press Command / and get our menus back again. All right, let's go back up to our wireframes and see what's next. Okay, so the next component type is probably going to be some kind of table, and that's going to show product performance. So yeah, great job so far. So in the next video, we're going to build out the product performance component for our dashboard. Okay, that's it for this video. Thanks for getting to the end. The reason I'm laughing is because I just smacked my camera really hard. It like dropped. So anyway, sidestep. Like, subscribe, all the things, and I will see you in the next video. See ya. Okay, well done for getting to the end of the video. Exciting times today. We have, check that out. So a nice kind of chunky cream and jam cake that I made myself, which is, it's a little weird. I don't know why I'm baking. It's not quite the midlife crisis I was hoping. Usually you get a tattoo or a bike, but for some reason I'm baking cakes. Whatever, it's gonna taste good. And yes, time for a coffee to go with that cake. Yeah, it's gonna be the dream combo. So yes, have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.